Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jim Ellie and I want to teach you how to press your scapula on the bench press. One of the biggest issues I see with powerlifters is that they're either encouraged by other coaches who may not have the best understanding of describing the biomechanical leverages during the bench press, or they simply haven't learned at all. So I want to teach you a few drills to practice this without a barbell in your hands, and we'll go from there. So the first thing I want you to do, sit up like this. And imagine you have a barbell in your hands. And without thinking about your scapula at all, bring your fists towards your chest. Okay? Just feel how that feels. Feel the muscles that you kind of are sensing during this position, and then press forward. Okay, now I want you to actively retract your scapula as hard as you can. Pinch your shoulder blades together, as they say. And bring your elbows and your wrists and your hands to the chest. Okay, now feel what that feels like. It's likely you're gonna feel a lot in your rear delts. It's almost gonna feel like your shoulders are somewhat protracted in the bottom of this range of motion. Okay, relax. Now depress your scapula. So if you don't know what scapular depression is, scapular elevation is when you bring your shoulders to your ears. Scapular depression is when you pull them away from your ears, pull them down. You should immediately feel the lats engaging. Okay, now I want you to do the same thing. Bring your elbows and your wrists towards your chest. Now, what are the sensations that you feel? Again, we're focusing on scapular depression. What do you feel? Okay, there will be some scapular retraction during your bench press. It's inevitable. There will be likely more scapular depression during the bench press. We need to be able to feel the difference so we have the most control over the bar when the weight gets heavy. Okay, so now I want to show you what that looks like in practice. When you're under the bar, the best position for your shoulders is likely scapular depression. Look at the difference between scapular depression here and scapular retraction. If I don't think about depression, I just retract my shoulders, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't help me out. It doesn't create any extra tension. It doesn't help with the rib cage. It's just not that useful. So what I recommend is focus on scapular depression. Pull your shoulders down and away from your ears. Drive your feet through the floor, elevate your chest. And as you do that, you should feel the pressure increase between the back and the bench pad, and your ability to press upwards into the bar should also increase. So when you unrack the bar, you want to have enough tension so that it doesn't feel like you're really pressing, and it feels like the bar is just popping off of the rack like this. And you can see that because I'm in a depressed position with my scapula, I was able to simply pull the bar out of the rack, and I didn't have to do as much pressing out of the rack. A lot of times when athletes have retraction, they have to press out to get in a comfortable position, which creates a less than stable scapular and shoulder position, which then they have to either retract again or create depression and retraction in a slightly less stable position. So during the unrack, you should be able to create sufficient scapular depression, drive through your feet, elevate the chest, create pressure into the bar so the bar is almost bending around your wrists before the bar pops off of the rack. Inhale through the core. The difference is that when you're in retraction, you will likely feel much more tightness and stiffness in the front delts and the rear delts, because the retraction kind of puts the shoulders in an elevated position, which increases the stability requirements from the front delts and the rear delts in the bottom portion of the lift. However, when you leverage the strength of your lats are able to then stabilize the bar throughout the full range of motion. So all you need to do when you're pressing is focus on the chest and the triceps for their contractile strength versus relying on both the front delts for stability and force production off of the chest. Hopefully that was sufficient enough and easy to understand. Share this video with your friends, and hopefully it's the last video you have to watch to understand how to properly utilize your shoulders and why you probably don't need to focus much on scapular retraction. Thanks for watching. My name is Jim Ellie. You can follow me on Instagram at jim.zowstrength, and I'll see you in the next video.